Hey folks, welcome back, another Poem Mouse video, and we got, along with some of the other Poem Mouse's Day upgrades, well, Marlon and Carracosta with its grid updated. And, you know, Marlon and Carracosta, probably one of the weaker supports in the game before this, right? Some could argue maybe the least useful, at least down there, right? Definitely bottom three least useful supports in the game. And so, well, now with this newly expanded sync grid, does it make Marlon a, you know, something very, very nice and helpful and actually useful now? You know, maybe, is he a great offensive buffing support? No. Well, he was a defense team buffer before, right? So, what, is he a great tank now? No, not really. Can he... I don't even know what else. No, the gist of it is they cooked up nothing for this man. this guy was not cooking on his grid, man. Like, wow. What's the biggest thing he had got on his grid? First aid 4 maybe, and like outside of that, MPR on his X defense hole, honestly, might be like the second biggest thing he got on his grid, which is not great. Not great. So yeah, basically he didn't get much, man. He really didn't get much. For a unit that did like almost nothing before, he does nothing but slightly more. He has a chance to max out his nothingness with this MPR on the... Okay, look, man. Defense buffs with defenses are not completely nothing, but like, look, he's just not that great of a tank, right? 5-star, mine's at 5-star, at level 140. You have 573 HP, which is not a lot of HP at all, right? Not a lot of HP at all, and 231 defense is not bad, right? But then on the other hand, flip side, you have 175 special defense, which is pretty bad. And then you have like 195 speed, which is terrible. Like, what is he has nothing cooking for him. He's nothing, man. The man got nothing. Nothing. And like, you know, some relatively maybe interesting stuff like Team Sync here, which is first of all very, very, you know, it's very depends on the stage, right? Very niche. And then there's also like recuperation, and those are all like stuff that he gets on his sync, and he doesn't even have a support EX, so which is slightly sad because like low key, he does have like a sync qualifier on his sync for no reason, which is very, very rare for supports. I want to say he might be the only one, unless there's someone else. But anyways, all right, whatever. Let's try him out. I mean. Okay, so against obviously mass mode over here, we'll see how it goes. I mean, you know, being a physical defensive unit, right? At least this stage against Bruno, this Bruno stage is mostly, if not almost all physical, so he should theoretically do pretty well here, right? So let's see, right? Anyways. The one nice thing that he does do is that he does have like Rock Tomb, so he's not a complete cone after you use his buffs, because like, you know, you could debuff the opponent's speed and the opponent buff their speed back. Okay, well, you know, so but yeah, just for like Hunter's Instinct for Whimsicott here, well, theoretically, but we'll get there, you know, it's just slow and steady wins the race, whatever the heck it was, right? That turtle and rabbit fable thing. Anyways, whatever. It's a turtle. It debuffs the opponent's speed. Okay. Well, that's nice at least. And yeah, it's just debuffing their speed. Yeah. Look, this is more of like a. It's kind of like this unit's like Glacia, right? Like pre-expanded grid Glacia. Where it's like, it's a bit of a tank, but it's more so like tank in terms of, oh, you could tank with a real tank, and then when that when your real tank is in trouble, you could switch back over for a second to him for like a, you know, few turns, and he could take a few hits. It's like that. It's like a pre-grid Glacia, which was easily the worst Sunball 5-star in the game. So being compared to that is probably not that great. Probably not that great, I'd say, you know, for the most part. And unfortunately got taken out. Damn, we didn't even get to use any of the Dern stuff. Not that it would have mattered, because obviously, you know, sinks go through your endurance and stuff. But I did pick up on yielding for him. It's just that there's nothing else you could really do in terms of picking things up. I mean, if you are trying to go for all his like defense buffs, right? Which I mean, I guess you could go for. You can't pick up the NPR 9 on, I think it was Aquatail, right? That's in the top. Oh wait, why am I at? I'm missing 50. Give him a bit more defense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, because we have to paralyze him. But that's fine. Yeah, like you could theoretically also have that NPR 9 on Aquatail, which would help with the relatively bad gauges, right? Obviously, in this team, it's not that bad, just because Whimsicott, great gauge unit, right? But yeah, if you do need the gauge, you can pick that up. But you can't afford it if you're picking up both first aid and the defense buff. So unfortunately, you can't pick it up, sadly. So, anyways, let's try again. This time, let's actually use this trainer move, and I don't know. Let's see if we get Unyielding to activate. There's just really nothing much to do with this guy. I mean, it's like, although you should still probably use the X defense ult first. Yeah, there's nothing much to showcase, man. He doesn't do much. He really doesn't do too much. He really doesn't do too much. Like, I guess you could, you know, throw him as like an extra unit against like Latios. If you need like, you know, you have a pretty powerful offensive unit that you want to run with, and you want a bit of a weaker support for that run, you could throw him in. Just because A, he's weak, but B, he could also like debuff them a bit, so that's probably the best you're gonna get out of that, unfortunately. So yeah, there's just nothing much, man. If they gave him Sporty X, would it been a bit more interesting, because you could go for his sync move. Look, man, it doesn't do that much damage. He does have like high 200s-ish physical attack stat, and then obviously you could put rain in there, and then like it's not like nothing. His sync isn't nothing, but it's also not anything, you know, too crazy, unfortunately. All right, there we go. There's endurance. They're not gonna attack this turn though, so we're not gonna get Unyielding, man, because they're just gonna sink and go through the endurance again. Well, can't even get that, man. Well, anyways, point being, it's free. It's a free upgrade. I don't know what they were doing, man. This is cause look, they've done good things with supports that do nothing before, right? Marley was in a similar position, right? Where also Marley straight up just did not do anything, right? Right? Marley didn't do anything, and then after the grid upgrade, Marley actually got a really solid upgrade, right? She got some, you know, crit buffs, some offensive buffs here and there, right? Obviously paired with her base kit, she's actually a really decent, you know, support that could take a few hits, give you some offensive buffs here and there. Obviously the status shield and all that stuff, right? And then gives you speed, which again, you know, a lot of the base stuff that she does, and made her actually decently usable unit. But like with Carracosta, it's like, I don't know, man. They've got nothing going on here, unfortunately. So, anyways, well, that's what I guess. Hope y'all gentlemen, guys, think in the comments. Oh, like enjoy the videos from our channel for some more Pokemon content. If you're a Marlon fan or Carracosta fan, you know, just just pray they get like another alt or unit. Something else, I guess. But yeah, no, this guy is not at the moment not doing too much. Not doing too much. Maybe in the future with support EX, you could do a bit. But then even in that case scenario, right? Because he has 0 offensive buff, so you still have to bring another support, a second support, to even like max out his own stats, and then also set rain, or have someone set rain, I guess. So even in that case scenario, it's still not looking pretty for him. So yeah, slightly unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, have fun. I'll see you guys.